Hi guys, Harry here from colourpencilreviews.com. Thanks very much for joining me today. First of all, I want to say the audio is a little bit bad. I'm trying a new format here, and things are going to be changing in the future. Hopefully, I'll be getting the proper microphone, so the volume, the sound may not be that great at the minute, but it will be. It will be improved upon. Also, as you can tell by the title of the video, this review is of Pastels, and I'm sure a lot of you are probably saying, well, colour pencil reviews kind of speaks for itself. But just let me explain. I've only really been involved in art, as most of you know, for just over a year now, and colour pencils were the medium that I fell in love with right off the bat. Still do love they are my medium of choice. I love using them. There are so many fantastic things about colour pencils. Their versatility, the detail that you can get with them. You can just lift them out and start using them. It's not like paints and all the rest of it. But since I've been using colour pencils, and certainly since I've been doing reviews and been getting so many requests from you guys, I've kind of branched out a bit. But even though I've branched out into different mediums, they've all stemmed from pencils, because I've branched out into watercolors now, which has come from watercolor pencils, and pastels, which have come from using pastel pencils. And so everything that I'm doing now is kind of stemmed from pencils. And going forward, especially into the beginning of next year, that type of thing, I have a lot of plans made for the channel. The channel will incorporate into the fact that I am branching out in the reviews that I'm doing. And ultimately, at the end of the day, these reviews I do, they're not for me, they're for you guys. And so if you guys give me a request, you ask me to do a particular product, then I'm going to do that. And judging from all the personal emails and comments that are being left on this channel and over on my blog and stuff like that, the reviews are helping people in some way. And that is just amazing for me. That's all I want to do. I just want to be able to help people, and especially you guys, because the help and the welcome that you guys have given me has been fantastic. So if I can give something back, then that's all the better. So all I can say is stay tuned to the channel and my blog, and you will see the changes that I have in mind. They'll certainly be in place by the beginning of the new year in 2017. Okay, so before I get into the review, I also want to make one thing very clear. This is the very first product review I've done where the company have contacted me and asked me to do the review. And what I want to make clear is I do have other products to review where companies have got in contact with me, and it seems to be now that a lot of companies are contacting me and asking me to do the reviews, primarily based on the fact that you guys are leaving comments saying that you're enjoying them and stuff like that and getting some sort of benefit from the reviews. But I just want to make it very clear that regardless whether a company gives me their product to review or whether I go out and buy it, the reviews will be 100% the same at all times. There is no favoritism towards a particular company just because they give me a product to review. My aim is to tell you guys exactly what I feel of that particular product. If there's a flaw, I'll tell you what I feel the flaw is. If there's no flaws, then I'll explain why I don't think there's any flaws. But likewise, the companies themselves, they're not interested in getting someone like me to review their products and just to say that the product is fantastic. These companies are not out to pull the wool over our eyes or anything like that. They're out to make the best products that they can, and they want total honesty from anybody reviewing their products, at least in the experience that I've had. As far as they're concerned, they want to make the best products that they can for us, and the only way they're going to do that is by getting feedback from the people that are using their products. And so in my experience, this is what they want. They're not interested in giving me a product just to say, wow, it's fantastic, just because they give it to me. They want to know exactly how the users that are using these products feel, and that's really about it. So I just want to make sure that you fully understand there will be no favoritism just because a company gave it to me. And more importantly than that, these companies, they're not interested in that. They want total honesty with all the reviews, and they want from you guys, whenever you guys are leaving feedback and stuff like that, They want total honesty from you guys, because then that way they can improve upon their products if need be. Anyway, let's get into the review, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Okay, so let's just get stuck into the review. So as you can see, down at the bottom here, this is the 18 set. It's called the starter set. There's a couple of starter sets, but I'll go through the sets and stuff like that later on. On the box here, you've got the Unison color soft pastel logo. The box is, I'm not sure if you can see it there, but there's it's like texture on the box. It's a really thick, sturdy box. Nothing much on the back or anything like that. So when you lift it off the cover, this is where all the magic really starts. And like I said, you know, some of the artwork that I've seen from pastel artists is just absolutely phenomenal. And if you look at these colors, just let me zoom in here so you can really see them. The colors are absolutely beautiful, and you can see just how soft these pastels are by the sheer fact that the pigment is basically gathering on the foam that they're nestled into. Now this is the, like I say, the 18 starter set, so these are the 18 colors that come in this particular set. And while you're feasting your eyes over the colors there, just let me give you a little bit of information about Unison itself. Okay, so Unison is a company. It's not long started. It was started in the 1980s. It was started by John Hersey. Basically, he was a pastel artist. He's an artist himself, and he kind of got he didn't like the pastels that he was using. He had in his own mind the type of pastels that he wanted to be able to use, and so rather than just resigning himself to the fact that he was just going to have to use what he was using, he actually started making his own. And then the Unison pastels were born. Now, the company was set up in the 1980s, so it's not like one of these companies that's been going a couple of 100 years or anything like that. But I'm telling you, this company has certainly made up for lost time with the sheer fact of the love and attention and the professionalism that goes into each and every one of these pastels. Now, another thing to note is these pastels, every single one of them are handcrafted. There's over 436 unique colours in the range throughout the Unison pastels. And I think when they first started, there was about 117. So in that period of time, they've kind of jumped up quite a bit. Like I say, as you can see here, each pastel is completely different in size and colour. Let me just zoom in again. Not colour, sorry. You know, each one of them, each one of these pastels have their own little unique flaws and characteristics because they are all completely handcrafted. There's no machinery involved in these whatsoever, and even the packing, as far as I know, the packing is all done by hand. Now, it's a family-run business. From what I know, John's wife, Kate, and son, Dan, they both run the company now. And the people that are employed by the company are all local people. Like I say, the company is situated in Northumberland. And if any of you have been fortunate enough to visit Northumberland, you will know that it's a beautiful part of the United Kingdom, absolutely gorgeous. The hills and the coastline and stuff like that of Northumberland is absolutely beautiful. And when I go through some of the sets for you, you will get to see, when you look at some of these colours, you will get to see exactly where John's inspiration came from when he was thinking of all these colours and getting them together and what have you. They've all come straight from the Northumberland countryside and the coastline. They are absolutely beautiful. Now, as you can see here, I'll just hold up one of them. They all come wrapped with these kind of like little paper. Let me see if I can get it focused in. These little paper sheaths. It's got the Unison colour logo on it. And then right in the centre, you have the colour number. They're all the colours come in certain sets, individual sets. But all that information can be found on the website so that you can get a feel for like all the reds, all the blues, all that, you know, different types of shades of blues and stuff like that. But the information is actually on the pastel. And as you can see there down at the bottom, it also says that these pastels are handcrafted in England. Now you can get half stick sets as well. They're available. And some of the sets are named after particular pastel artists. I'll just pull up some of those now. You can have a look at some of those sets. And I mean, like, using these pastels, I was absolutely thrilled when I started using them. They are so soft. As many of you know, there's different types of pastels. I think there's 5 different types of pastels that you can get now. There is soft pastels, which this is what the Unison pastels are coming under. You can get hard pastels, which tend to be a little bit lower grade than the soft pastels. And the basic difference between the two is the pastels have got a binding agent, kind of like the colour pencils do, like gum arabic or something like that. And the pigment, there's much more pigment in the soft pastel than what there is in a hard pastel. So you've got hard and soft pastel, pan pastels, pencil pastels, and oil pastels. So I think that's 5. Anyway, let's move these beautiful pastels to the side and let's have a look and see what they lay down like. Just let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, so this is Daler and Rowney pastel paper that I'm using, and as you can see here, the colours when they come out on the paper, this is kind of like a grey tone paper. It's a colour paper I enjoy using. The colours are just absolutely exquisite, and I'll just use this this red one here and let you see what it's like. I mean, like, I'm hardly going to put any pressure on this. Let me just zoom right in so you can see. And the you know, I'm hardly touching this paper, and look how, I mean, like, this is, I've heard many people describe, you know, soft pastels as buttery and creamy and stuff like that. I mean, like, these are just pure silk, absolute pure silk. And whenever you're moving it around, I mean, like, they're just absolutely amazing. I've never used, I mean, like, I've used quite a few pastels and I've never used anything quite like these Unison pastels. They are absolutely gorgeous. When Unison sent these out to me, they did come with a brochure. You get a brochure, and in the brochure there's an awful lot of information, primarily about what I've just told you about the company, that type of thing. This is the building here that the pastels are made in, and that's really about it. Now, in terms of price and stuff like that for these pastels, like I say, I'm not really going to go into that, but if you go across to Colour Pencil Reviews, I've done a written review which goes through this in a lot more detail. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Don't forget, if you want, you can go across to colourpencilreviews.com. I've got all my links over there for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All the links are available over there, as they are down in the bottom of this description box. So if you want to follow me on any of those social networking sites, by all means, please do so. If you want to subscribe to this channel, that would be great. Thank you very much. And if you want to share any of these videos, by all means, do so as well. It helps kind of like get the reviews out to other people that may not have heard of the channel just yet. So thanks very much, guys, for all your support, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye.